Let's talk about how these things actually work. The human body uses a complex electrical communication network called your nervous system, which includes your brain, spinal cord, and the nerves that connect to every muscle in your body. In fact, the brain uses electrical impulses to control everything in your body. Right now, my brain is sending electrical impulses to the muscles in my forearm to cause them to contract, to pull these fingers down towards my palm. The taser emits pulses that are scientifically designed to mimic these normal electrical signals in your nerve fibers, temporarily inhibiting voluntary control of the skeletal muscles. The general result of a good connection with a taser device is the attacker temporarily loses his ability to control his own body, giving you time to move to safety. Because taser devices interfere with the voluntary command and control system of the body, they are the only devices that can cause true incapacitation and do not rely on pain to be effective. Taser devices are designed to fire two probes up to a distance of 15 feet, transmitting patented shaped pulses into the peripheral nervous system of the target to cause immediate incapacitation. Taser impulses can infiltrate the human neural network from a hit anywhere on the body, making it easy to use with minimal training. The most common question we hear is, how can 50,000 volts be safe? The answer is actually very simple. You may have heard it's not the voltage, it's the electrical current, or amps, that are dangerous to the body, and this is very true. In fact, a static shock from a doorknob on a dry winter day can exceed 35,000 volts. When it comes to high voltage, the volts only tell you how far a spark can jump. 50,000 volts is the voltage necessary to jump through 2 inches of clothing. Actually, only about 400 volts enters the body from a taser device pulse. And the pulses are each so microscopically short, like static shocks, that the average current, the amps, is too low to be dangerous. Taser devices use a high sparking or arcing voltage so that the probes don't have to directly contact the skin. The high voltage enables the taser pulser to jump through up to 2 inches of clothing or a jacket to get to the subject. Because of this high voltage, the taser darts only have to get within this combined 2 inches of the skin. They do not need to penetrate the clothing. Another question we hear is whether a taser device would harm someone with a pacemaker. By international regulations, all pacemakers must be able to withstand a shock from a portable external defibrillator, such as those carried by paramedics. Each shock from such an external defibrillator delivers over 150 joules of energy. Each pulse from a Taser C2 delivers less than 4/10 of a joule of energy, or less than 0.3% of that delivered by a defibrillator. Thanks to this safety standard, pacemakers can withstand much greater shocks than a battery-powered Taser device can possibly deliver. The electrical energy from the Taser device travels down one wire into the subject, then back through the other wire to complete the circuit. This electrical energy will follow the path of least resistance, traveling through the area between the probes. As these pulses travel through the body, they stimulate the nerves in this area, overpowering normal voluntary communication. The noise from these stimulated nerves is then carried throughout the body. The greater the spread between the two probes, the more nerves they can directly stimulate, and the more effective the taser hit will be. This is why the taser device fires the probes at an 8-degree angle, so that the probes separate in flight to increase effectiveness. Because the electrical current follows the path of least resistance, it usually will not transfer to other people. As you see here, the output from the taser device goes through the metal can from the positive electrode to the negative electrode and does not transfer to the operator of the weapon. Hence, you can safely use the taser system even against someone who is touching you. Also, the output from the taser is limited inside the device, and it cannot be increased. Even if the subject is wet, they will not receive any more electrical current, so there is no increased risk if they are wet. This point is illustrated in this video from an actual police use of a taser device on a subject standing in water. When hit with a taser device, the subject may fall to the ground. They may let out a yell as their muscles involuntarily contract, or they may freeze in place as they lock up. Many people feel dazed or disoriented for several minutes and may feel a tingling sensation. The darts may sometimes puncture the skin, leaving a small mark similar to a bee sting. Or if hit in the eye, as with many projectiles, the taser device could cause serious injury. or even the loss of the eye. Accordingly, the Taser device is not a toy, but rather a serious self-defense system and should not be deployed without valid, lawful reason. Taser International has sponsored industry-leading research at world-famous institutions such as the Cleveland Clinic Heart Hospital and the Hennepin County Medical Center to ensure these devices maximize both effectiveness and safety. In fact, there are numerous studies of Taser devices which have found that the risk of death or injury from a Taser device is lower than from just about any other self-defense option. But it's important to remember that these are serious self-defense systems, not toys, and they need to be treated accordingly. You should only fire the Taser device at another human being in lawful defense of yourself or a loved one. There are risks of injury, some of which can be significant. Refer to the printed warnings with your instruction manuals or go to taser.com for more information. But be smart, be safe, be prudent, and be in full compliance with the law about when and how you carry and use your Taser system. If you have young children, you need to take precautions to keep your Taser device out of their reach, just like you would with cleaning chemicals or other potentially dangerous items. If you keep your Taser device in a purse, consider hanging your purse on a hook or other location safely away from small or untrained hands. If you store it in your car, make sure to lock your vehicle to prevent unauthorized access.